Grant, congratulations on the win, man. Seems like you're very excited, obviously, coming out of that one. Can you just talk to me about the emotions you're feeling right now?
The emotions are not about the win, but about the preparation. It's nice to be rewarded in an extravagant manner when you prepare the right way. So I feel that my camp and my teammates really helped me prepare the right way, and that's the excitement that I feel afterwards.
And Tyree's obviously a very tough guy. You were the first person to beat him, and you got him out of there in the first round. So what do you think that says about you and your development?
I think that my development is going pretty well. I hope that other people can see that and understand that I'm on a mission. I'm not just here to be here. I'm here to go for it. I'm here to go for it all. So a lot of fighters get to the big shows and they just want to be at the big show. That's not me. I want to fight, and that's what I do. And I love my job. It's awesome, man. I got the best job in the world.
This matchup was 7 versus 8. Do you feel like, you know, even though you've only had 6 fights, you should be in that conversation amongst the best in this division?
So I don't really look at the rankings like that. Rankings are in everything. It's just a number. The number doesn't mean anything unless you beat the person in front of you. So my ultimate goal is to beat the person in front of me, and the number doesn't matter at all to me. As long as I'm beating the person in front of me, winning the last fight, I'm going to be where I want to be, and I'm going to leave a long-lasting legacy.
I saw on social media this week, and actually a few minutes ago, Christian McCaffrey was posting about you. What's the connection there? Were you guys teammates?
Yeah, so Christian McCaffrey and I, we're like brothers, man. We grew up together. So probably since we were like knee-high to a duck, we started off in Little League football. Shout out to Hawks Orange, the best Little League team to ever be a Little League team. Undefeated all the way until high school. So I mean, we were studs, and that friendship has just blossomed into something more, and we're all brothers, man. And so that whole team, and not just Christian McCaffrey, there's a lot of professional athletes that were on that team, like my buddy Max George, and he plays for the Rockies. So like it's a lot of star-studded people in that Little League football team.
It's very cool, man. And looking towards the future, what do you think's next for you? When are you looking to get back in there? Any opponent in mind?
So right now, I mean, the tournament's going on. So I am confident in what I have to offer, and I'm just ready to go whenever, whatever falls in my lap. And I kind of want to see what shakes out in the tournament and see what my options are as well. And I just want to continue to get better. My ultimate goal, like I said, is not to just be here, is to make noise and go for the title. So whatever fight gets me one step closer, one step closer, and one step closer, that's what I want. And you got to beat the person in front of you. So I don't really believe in all that mumbo jumbo hype stuff. It's just, I'm going to do my job. That's what I paid to do.
All right, our next question comes from the line of Tom Costello. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey Grant, congratulations on the win, and getting 2 rear naked chokes back to back. This one even quicker than the first. Well, you're second technically. How does it feel being an undefeated fighter when you're undefeated yourself?
Like I said, I don't really look at that, man. Being undefeated is just a side effect of the hard work that I put in, and it's a great side effect. Don't get me wrong, and I'm very proud of the win. I love what I do, and I work really hard for it. So it's really important to me that I don't focus on being undefeated. I focus on getting better, and then being undefeated is just simply the side effect of the hard work that I put in.
Dylan?
Hey there, Grant. I was noticing you were interacting with the cornermen of your opponent, Tyree Fortune, and you were saying, I hate having to fight you guys. I like you so much. I'm kind of wondering, where does that level of kinship with ATT Portland come from?
So I know, so Austin Vanderford was over at Portland, and I really am fond of that dude. He's an awesome guy, and we just have really good rapport. And then after I fought Hamza Salim after the fight, he's just a really nice guy. And ultimately we have to go in there and do our job, and that's the unfortunate part of the game. And I'm gonna attack that job relentlessly. But it's harder to do on guys that you don't, outside of the cage, you wouldn't attack at all. I can see those guys as being some of my brothers, and I mean, if they want to come and train or whatever, like they have a place to stay, they're welcome. And so it's hard to fight people that you respect, but that's my job, and that's what I signed up to do, so I'm going to do it. But I would rather have someone that doesn't like me.
Andrew?
Hey Grant, Andrew from the Boomtown Pod, All Things MMA, man. That was an impressive performance, my friend. Rear naked choke, always fabulous to get those off. You were mentioning, of course, the tournament that's going on. Now you look at who's in that, and you see somebody that may have dropped out, like a guy like Phil Davis. Does that matchup intrigue you at all?
Matchup with Phil, I mean, I grew up watching Phil Davis, and I followed him my whole life. I mean, I love watching that guy fight, and I respect his game so much, and I've honestly learned so much from him. So, I mean, that's obviously going to be one of the fights that's going to be coming up, and it's really up to whatever the matchmakers see fit for me. I'm excited about the trajectory that I'm on, and I'm ready to take the steps in my path on this journey. So if that's the next step in the path, I'm excited about it, and it's going to be an awesome journey going forward, and potentially fighting some of the guys I grew up watching and some of the guys that I respect so much. But this is going to start to be my time. You know, this is my day and age. This is my night, and I'm going to enjoy that and get back to the drawing board. But I'm excited for all the matchups. We got the best light heavyweight division in the world, so put them on notice.
All right, a couple more. Keelan?
Hi there, Grant. Keelan McNamara from MMA Island. Massive congratulations on another brilliant performance.
Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear. There's some loud music in the background.
That's okay. I was just saying, I'm Keelan. I'm from MMA Island, and hopefully you at least heard that bit.
Yes.
My question is, I noticed earlier whenever you were asked, I think it was your first question, you pointed out that the rankings you don't pay much attention to, and you were right to point out that they don't matter unless you beat the guy who's directly in front of you.
I'm sorry, I missed you again. You said the rankings are what?
Yeah, I was just saying, you pointed out that the rankings are somewhat irrelevant unless you're putting in good performances against the person who's in front of you. Now, the person who happens to be in front of you is a legendary fighter, of course, in Lyoto Machida. If he's a fighter that happens to be next for you, what do you feel an impressive performance against him does for your title hopes in the future?
Yeah, I mean, Lyoto Machida he's one of the best to ever do it. He's a legend. He's a guy I also grew up watching, so there's nothing but respect for that guy, and I respect everything that guy does and all the hard work that he's put in. He honestly gave me the opportunity to go and achieve my dreams that I'm doing right now in the light heavyweight division. So a matchup against any of those guys would be phenomenal. Like like I said, I love what I do, and that, like, I'm shooting for the top. So if that's in his future and in my future, I welcome it. But I would enjoy being able to fight some of the legends, and I know that it's going to happen pretty soon. I'll be fighting some legends soon, so I'm super excited about the path and the opportunity for growth that I have on my journey.
Ronald?
This is Ronald E. Smith getting real. Grant, you talk about your growth and how you want to keep getting better and better. Just speaking on where you started and how you are now, what can you say have you grown the most or learned the most since your MMA career has begun?
I'm constantly progressing. So, like I said in the cage, a lot of times it's like drinking from a fire hose because I have so many world champion guys or world champion caliber guys around me in Colorado, and girls. And so I'm just a sponge, and I try to be the biggest sponge I can and learn from all that. And it's quite a bit, but I'm enjoying the path that I'm on, you know.
All right, our last question here comes from the line of MMA Lowdown.
Hi Grant, it's Steve from MMA Lowdown. Congratulations on your win tonight. It was a dominant one as I've ever seen it.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and yeah, it's a dominant win. A lot of preparation went into this, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
No, awesome. So this win takes you closer than ever to the top of that division. Have you had a chance to envision a fight with like Bader, Corey Anderson and Rumble Johnson? And if so, who do you think you match up best with and why?
I think I match up with everybody really well. I feel like I'm dominant in a lot of places on the feet and on the ground. And once you get in the cage with me, it's it's a different game. One thing that I really respect about Corey Anderson is his motor. He's got an unbelievable motor, and I think that my motor revels that. The pace that I come out in fights, I can keep that pace for 5 rounds. So I would love that matchup as well. And then with Rumble Johnson, I mean, Rumble Johnson, like, look at his freaking hands. You get touched with one of those things, you're going to sleep. So that would be an awesome opportunity, and I really feel as though being matched up with any of the guys in the top of my division is a great opportunity. And like I said, it's an interesting place because there's a big tournament getting ready to happen. So we'll see how everything shakes out, and God willing, we'll see. And that's really where I leave my destiny, is in God's hands, and see what Bellator does with that.
All right, thanks, Grant.